welcome to Avant III on the FTOG server. In the last episode, we made some snibbles, and we done a lot of fail. But all in the search of some ice. Well, between episodes, I've gone off and collected the ice that we need, and hopefully in this episode we'll be able to look at the random things transport method that I was going to show off in the last episode. So, let's get started. As you can see, I've got a lot of ice now. I actually have a lot more than I really need. But what I was going to be looking at is from random things, and it's the super lubricant ice, which just requires a piece of ice, a slime ball, and a water bucket, and you get 16 of it. So we have a lot more than we need, and of course that's not going to work like that. So let's actually put it in manually. Other round was it? Yeah, that's 16 of those, and it's still my bucket. And what this actually lets you do by itself is if we place it down like this, it lets you transport items very quickly. For example, let's throw this here onto the thingy, and it goes really quite quickly. Now by itself, that'll get you quite a distance. In fact, well, wait, let's use what we've got here. Whoops, it's a sneaky torch there. No, I have no dirt on me. So put that there. So we just run it along here, and we'll place it like that. So as you can see from that, if we place the item onto here, it actually goes quite a distance at quite a speed. This does have limitations. For example, we do it this way, it won't actually traverse across the it won't turn corners, and if you throw something on a weird angle, for example we do this, it will fall off. So by itself, pretty cool for a straight line. However, if we go into here, it has extra pieces that can be added to it. For example, we can add an item sealer, which, let's just make some more of this. So no, I'll be back in a second. So I'll make some more of that, and it's still my bucket again. And we want to make the item sealer, which takes some cobblestone, some lapis, and I don't have any lapis on me. Let's go here and grab some. Lapis. I probably should actually use a normal crafting table because it'll be faster than doing it this way. Fill the rest in the cobble. No. Super. Oh, I used ice, that's why. We need this stuff. Oh. Okay, well, that'll work. So, another thing about it is that if you throw the item, you can pick it up at any point. So, for example, we throw a piece of ice over here. We can pick it up while it's going along, which could be a little bit of a problem. However, if you build the item sealer and we place the ice onto there, if we get to there before it falls off the edge, you'll note that it's not being picked up anymore. You can pick it up when the time expires, but it's designed to be able to be used on quite a long stretch. Now I haven't found a way of undoing that, but you can suck the item in and out. There you go, so I'll pick it up now. You can suck the item in and out, which will let you pick it up and put it into an inventory, which I believe then resets it. Now another thing, of course, we can do is there are item collectors for that purpose. We can go in and create a item redirector, which requires some green dye, some red dye, some obsidian, ender pearl, and some of this stuff. So let's just see if we can find some of that. Get rid of one of those. And for some reason I can't click on that. That's not overly helpful. It's obsidian. I think it was 4 that we need for this guy. Item redirector. 3, 4, 5. 5 obsidian. One green dye, one red tile, and one ender pearl. Okay, well I need to go get some green dye, and I'll be back once I got that. Okay, so that should give us everything we need. If we go into here, we create this guy. Makes an item redirector. Now what this thing does is it lets you place it lets you turn the items. So for example, we can't place the items along here, but we could place this guy on there, and you can see that it has a green side and a red side. Now the red side will be the side that things come in. I can't remember how to change the... No. I haven't quite worked out how to change the green side yet. However, we place this here. So the green side is your output, and your red side, if you right click, it will send the items in this way, but they cannot come back. So any item going this way will stop, but any item going this way will be spit out that way. So let's add some more of this in. Oops. You'll also notice that it's quite a slippery block, and that will actually makes it quite difficult to walk on. But we can do this, of course. And it's slightly faster when walking on, but it also gives you that a little bit of momentum as well. However, if we go along here and we throw a slime ball along here. Oh, okay. We will throw the slime ball there. Okay. Yes, I have it the wrong way around. It's actually red side over here first. So let's put that guy back. Green and red being output. So if we now throw this that way, you'll see that it goes off that direction. So this is rather cool. Now the next thing we want to do, of course, is you notice that when I threw it on here, it went off into the direction I didn't want. So they've got a solution for that as well. You can use the item corrector, which is a bit of iron, so we need to find ourselves a couple of iron ingots. And I really do need to work on the storage system replacement, which I will do at some point, probably in a few episodes away. We go into our item corrector. Why am I doing it there? There to there. Take one of those out. And of course, if we now place this over here, for example, we place it there, and I throw this on a slight angle, it'll fall off. But if I throw it on a slight angle like that, it'll still fall off. That's not a good example. Do that. What? You'll notice that it kind of kept its direction. Probably not the best of examples there. There you go. So if I do it like that, you notice it doesn't matter which way I throw it, it'll continue on a straight path in the way we want it to. If I do it, of course, over here though, it'll send it straight ahead that way. And that works for all the directions. So if we go like that, it'll correct it that way. And of course, if I do it this way, it'll correct it that way. And then hit the seal it, so I can't touch it. But as you can see, for the ones that went this way, they ended up over here. So we just put one of those on there and we can watch it go along. And because I can actually walk right up to this guy and it won't touch it at all. Because they've expired. Now on top of that, we also have a Rejuvenator, and I haven't quite worked out what that is yet. We have the Super Lubricant platform, which requires the ice and an ender pearl, and you'll get 6 of these guys back. So if we go 1, 2, 3, and an ender pearl, like that. This is, in Random Things, they have multiple different types of platforms. And of course, in this specific case, if we wanted to say, let's make the items go this way. We can go like this, and you'll see it takes up a small amount of block, and you can walk right through it, which is another awesome feature about it. But it also has other versions of the same block, and you'll note now I'm standing on it. If I shift or I sneak, I'll fall through. I can walk right through it there. So it also means if I do that, you can see that now I have a pillar, which I can walk right through. Or I can, oops, or I can jump right on top of. And I stand right here. I shift down and I fall to the bottom. So I think that's all there is for the item transport part in here. Let me create up some more resources, and we could create some form of loop by going around in a circle. Okay, so give that a test. So there you go. Make a bit of a loop, and you could make a sushi restaurant train thing for all your various goods to go around. Of course, in this case, we can't pick them up, and if we stand here, we won't pick it up either. But it should give a nice impression and an interesting effect. It's not a bad item transportation system. The only thing it really needs is a lift, because of course you can drop the items and they will drop down to another platform, and then you can do things, but there's no way of getting the items up again. Okay, while I was preparing for the next thing to happen, I think I found out what the Rejuvenator is for. So let's make it and give it a test. Place all those in there. And I was also going to make the light Redirector. So we'll make that as well. But we'll try the Rejuvenator over here, because as you can see, that while I was preparing things and testing things out, the slime that was actually rotating has stopped. So let's take this guy out, place in one of these, and see if it is related to the 5-minute timeout of items. Obviously this is going to take a little while, so while we wait for that, let's have a look at the light Redirector. Now, initially when I heard this name, I thought, oh, that's an interesting block. It redirects light. Not quite. What it does is it will take the face of one block and swap it with the face of another block. So, for example, if we place down one of those, and we place down some obsidian, maybe next to it, and we place it in the middle, you'll see that it redirects the obsidian block to look like the ice, and the ice, or super lubricant ice, to look like obsidian. So what that lets you do is you could then you could rearrange blocks so that they don't look like they're there. For example, you could place down you could hide a ugly block, or you could have a furnace in place, which is then actually not there. So let's make a furnace, because it's not something we have to do very often nowadays. But you might want to use this as a hidden door, or something like a crafting table, as a hidden door, or something along those lines. So we take this guy out. Let's say we're going to put the furnace here, and then we can place the light redirector. And now, if someone comes to use this furnace, it doesn't work. Or they might come up to the wall of obsidian that you have lying around your base. So for example, we place a whole bunch of obsidian along here as a wall. Alright, and that one there too, oh, no, it's not just got. He's got this big obsidian wall, and nobody knows there's something there. You may, however, have in your furnace, you may have a secret door, which when you place in a slime ball, it'll open up the door and let you in. But of course, from here, you can't tell. Really good for hiding machines, because it will work with any type of machine. Let's just put this into fast mode, because I used obsidian, which probably wasn't the best idea. And as you can see, the original block acts the same. It's just really transmitting the image from one to the other. If we were to use the soul binder, for example, there's no block here, so it won't transpose it. But the moment we put the furnace down, well, that was unexpected. Oops. That was very unexpected. That breaks a lot easier than I thought it would. Let's try the sag mill. So place that there with the furnace in front. Same problem. Oh no, you can see at the back here that the sag mill has been replaced, but the furnace has been replaced with a glitch. I had tested that and it worked fine. Oh no, I hadn't tested it with Ender.io, so it must be a bug with the Ender.io blocks. Oops, I'm breaking my base everywhere. Put that back in, and let's change this guy back into a slightly more normal mode. What else we got here we could use? Maybe the Reconstructor. There you go. So now, of course, all you see here is the constructor, whereas the actual constructor itself looks like a furnace. Still operates the same. It just moves the image from one to the other one. While I've been doing that, of course, we've had this going around and it hasn't died off this time. So I'm assuming what the Rejuvenator does is just reset the despawn timer on it. So of course, if you've got a very long network, you may want to put in a Rejuvenator just to keep it so it doesn't despawn on you while it's moving along. Okay, so one last thing I'll do, because this has actually gone a lot quicker than I thought to show off, and I don't really have a use for it yet, but I saw it in the random things pack and I thought, how does this work? Because couldn't find any documentation, and I was playing around with it and I thought, well, that's actually quite an interesting idea. but because it's taken a lot shorter time to show it off, let's have a look at some of the other stuff here. So what we need to do now is I was thinking we could look at the contact button and contact lever, which are pretty much exactly the same. Do we have enough iron bars? So let's go make some of those. And we put a piece of stone in the middle, which will make us a stone button, which goes in the middle. We surround it with cobblestone, except for the iron bars at the top. No, does it have to be stone? And we can use alabaster, so let's use that instead. So it was button in the middle, alabaster on the sides, and iron bars at the top, yes. So what this guy does is it's an interesting concept for a button. By default it does nothing. Let's place it there, and I will grab some redstone, which I have around here somewhere. That'll do. And we'll run it out here, so you can see when it lights up. Now by default it does nothing. You can't click it, you can't do anything. However, if I was to place down... Oh, that's a light redirector. Let's try that with that one. So once again, you can't do anything. It will not actually do anything. However, if we were to place down our light redirector and click it, you'll notice that it now outputs a signal. So this will allow you to have a redstone button hidden behind a wall, just a normal random wall, and unlike what the light redirector was doing, where it would say the old block type. So if we look at this here, it says ice. This one here says light redirector. Or if we go back to taking this guy out, put down some ice, and we right click, it'll output a redstone signal. So a really nice easy way of hiding a button, or in the case of the lever, which it also supports. The only difference being between the two is you use a lever instead of a button. So, oops, oh no, well that wasn't what I wanted to do. Oh, I cleaned up the... I cleaned up the redstone. And as you can see, we're still going around in circles over here now, unlike before where it had dropped off. And we can place a new item down here, so let's just add the stone that we've got on our hand. Okay, so I think that'll end the episode here. I'll cover a few things in random things, and you've seen the transport system that I was trying to implement. I don't currently have a real use for it, just because someone built the base on an angle, an upward angle, and this doesn't have a way of going up. But it's still an interesting concept if you want to transport items around. And especially if you like showing off your items, you could transport all your items from your quarries through to your chests using this type of method. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode here. If you've enjoyed the episode or learned anything from it, please do hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, have a look around. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to go check out the other YouTubers on the server. But otherwise, have a great day, and see ya!